Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review, another special adults-only party game review. And today I'm very excited for checking out the Pick Your Poison Not Suitable for Work edition from Player 10. This is for 3 to 16 players. Ages 17 plus will take about 30 to 60 minutes to play. And in Pick Your Poison, the Not Suitable for Work edition, this is a standalone / expansion to the original Pick Your Poison, which was a great family / party game that I really enjoyed, keeping it in my collection, and this is going to be the exact same game, but with dirtier, not suitable for work cards. Is it better? Is it work? Is it worse? Is it a good expansion? Is it a good standalone? I will answer all those questions at the end of this video, but first, I'm going to post the middle part. And the middle part's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to show you how to play the game, and that's actually just the original, not the original version of the game. And then after that, I'm just going to show you, 20, 30, 40 of the not suitable for work cards so you can get a feel for how those cards work. I did that because I'm lazy. But let's open it up. I'll show you how it works, and then we'll get to the
Alright then, I'm going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of Pick Your Poison. So, first and foremost, we have our handy dandy rule sheet. It is just this right here. Very simple, short, contrite, to the point, should have you up and running in no time at all, and well done. So in Pick Your Poison, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be trying to get the first person to get to 15 points. If you get to 15 points, you'll win the game. You're going to get these points by trying to be on the right side of picking which of the two options is worse, or if you're the judge, trying to make very balanced options. What am I talking about? Let's go over the components. Let's get into the gameplay. So first and foremost, have your score pad right here. You're going to have your Pick Your Poison board where you're going to have 2 cards that will be played out. Everyone is going to start the game with 3 cards. You're going to get an A card, a B card, and a double down card, which you can play once per round, and it will double your score as long as you don't get 0. If you get 0, then boom, the card is gone from the game forever. Added a nice little touch, adds a little extra layer to the game. So, at the beginning of the game, everyone is going to get 6 of these cards. And there's a big stack of these black cards, I should say. There's 2 of these big stacks right here. So there's a good deal of these cards. And these cards are going to look like your typical Cards Against Humanity cards. They're going to have different things on them, but they're going to be bad things that could potentially happen to you. So use sandpaper as toilet paper. Have an incurable case of the hiccups. Lose your sense of smell. Be below average at everything. Constantly smell body odor that no one else can smell. Be unable to recognize anyone's face. Be deathly allergic to direct sunlight. Use a litter box every time you need to go to the bathroom. Walk Gangnam style everywhere you go. Have every bug you've ever killed come back to life and infest your bedroom. Have a kidney stone the size of a pea. So these are all really, really bad things. Well, one person around is going to be the judge. Then I'll go clockwise around the table, but the judge is going to pick out 1 card from their hand. So, which of these is pretty bad? We'll go with have an incur. Use sandpaper as toilet paper. And I put that down, and then I'd immediately draw another card. Now, everyone else at the table, which in this scenario I have 3 players, but we'll just say, it's 4 players, is going to give me one of the cards out of their hand. The catch is they want it to be about as bad as this, just like on an even playing field. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just draw 4 cards. So let's say these are the 4 cards that were turned in. We're pretending it's a 5-player game. So now I look at these, and I'm going to play one of these cards down in B as the judge. So everybody's going to secretly slide me one of their cards. So, sleep on the floor every night for the rest of your life. Wow. Be 3 feet shorter than you are. Ouch. Have each new day be slightly more boring than the last. Ooh. Have it feel like someone stepped on you when they step on your shadow. Oh! That one sounds bad. So I'm trying to feel... So it's not about which one of these is the worst. It's about which one is as bad as this one is. Now, I'm going to get to it in a second, but the judge actually gets to give you details about the bad stuff, and everybody can ask questions. So for instance, in this one, someone might say, do I just have to use the sandpaper once? And of course, I'd be like, no, it's for the rest of your life, because if it's just once, everyone would obviously pick this. So, sleep on the floor every night for the rest of your life. That one I could deal with. Be 3 feet shorter than you are. That would be absolutely terrible. Just too bad. It's too bad. It's way worse than they use sandpaper. Have each new day be slightly more boring than the last. Also too bad. So I think I'd go with this one. I feel like these are the two most evenly balanced. Use sandpaper as toilet paper, or have it feel like someone stepped on you when they step on your shadow. And at this point, people would ask questions, and I would say, it doesn't feel terrible. It's just not pleasurable. Kind of like when someone steps on your back. Like, if they do it the right way, it can feel good, but if they do it the wrong way, it's really going to hurt you a little bit. And this one, yes, this is every single time for the rest of your life, and that includes if you're just blowing your nose. I'd throw that in there, that caveat. So now what's going to happen is everyone is going to lay down a card, except for the judge, unless you're playing an odd number. If you're playing an odd number, then the judge actually does lay a card down. So everyone's going to lay down which one of these they would rather do. So let's just go, and we'll do this one randomly. So we flip them over, and we have ourselves 2 Bs and 1 A. So those are the most popular. 2 Bs and 1 A. Now here's how the scoring works on this one. So first, if everyone picks the same one, so let's pretend that these were all Bs, that's bad for the judge. That means the judge did not do a very good job of making sure that these are about even. If that happens, then everybody else gets 1 point and the judge loses 2 points. So you don't want that to happen as the judge. One thing I also forgot to mention is whoever handed me this card is going to get 1 additional bonus point. So if they pick your card, then you get 1 point. So that is the incentive to actually giving them good cards and not just cards that are not anything at all, as bad as that one. So next, if it's a split decision, then whichever side has more answers would get a point. So for instance, back to this scenario, let's actually do it like this. This person who put A would get no points. This person would get 1 point, and then this person would get 2 points because they were on the right side. If this person played their double down card, then this double down card would be lost from the game. Like, they don't get that card back ever again. Last, if it's a tie, which is what you're going for as the judge, then the judge gets 3 points and nobody else gets anything. And that is where the house rule comes in play, where if you were playing with an odd number of players, the judge will then play a card himself or herself, so that way you could potentially get that tie as well. But after that's all done, you're going to keep track of it on your score pad, which I feel like is a really kind of arbitrary way to do it. I feel like there should be a better way to do it, but hey, I'll talk more about that in the pros and cons. All these cards get thrown into the discard pile. Everybody draws back up to 6 cards. Then the next person becomes the judge. You rinse, you wash, you repeat until somebody has gotten to 15 points, at which point they will be the winner of. So now we're going to move on to just going over some of the not suitable for work cards so you can get a feel for how not suitable for work these cards actually are. So eat cigarette butts from a public ashtray, find 6 live webcams streaming your bathroom, exclusively date people opposite your normal gender preference, perform surgery on a loved one without professional assistance, play spin the bottle with everyone in your immediate family, toast your own hand in the toaster, get shot in both kneecaps, find out your significant other is using you to cheat on their long-term partner, scam your parents out of their retirement money, never be able to have sex with the same person twice, have your STD test result become public record, have sex with your mom with your dad's lower half, post a family photo on Facebook where everyone is naked, remove one of your eyeballs with a spoon, oh god, pee out a small worm, have every dollar you spend take a minute of your life, listen to the Barney theme song every time you have sex, have 10 nipples in random places on your body, lick between the toes of the person to the judge's right, kill your best friend, get away with it, call everyone you've ever slept with and tell them you have HIV, text them JK the next morning, be required to squeeze the ass of every person you hug, use cell phone case shaped like a penis, call your parents every time you're about to have sex and ask them for permission. Receive a notification every time any of your exes have sex. Have a naked picture of you published on the front page of the New York Times. Be forced to remove your pants before sitting down. Take 5 shots of tequila every morning at breakfast. Only be able to have sex if a family member is watching. Floyd Mayweather punches your mom in the face. Become a prostitute for a year, kick a wall with a toothpick lodged in your big toe, ow, donate half of every paycheck to the KKK, watch your parents have sex, be required to kill 1 person per year or you must kill yourself, participate in a nursing home orgy, have a set of 6 milk-producing cow udders on your chest, be hungover for the rest of your life, have everyone be convinced that you've had sex with a family member even though you haven't, stick your hand in a bucket of medical waste, have sex with your most attractive cousin, most attractive, at least they were nice about it, marry someone of a gender you're not attracted to, undergo an intense FBI interrogation regarding a crime you know nothing about, poop next to every dog you see pooping, proceed to yell at the dog owner for not picking it up, poop 100 gallons of Heinz ketchup, lose your sex organs, lose 1 minute of your life every time you laugh, train daily with a judge until you can put your whole fist in their anus, or find out your partner is really a prostitute hired by your parents. But that's a smattering of the kind of cards you're going to get in the not suitable for work version of Pick Your Poison.
Alright then, Pick Your Poison, the not suitable for work edition from Player 10. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the con side, game's not going to be for everybody for a variety of different reasons. And I said this about the original game. The original game I thought was a great family/party game. And obviously now you can only play this as a party game. And even more niche, this is just a not suitable for work style party game. So this is the kind of party game that you're only going to be able to play with people who are ready to talk about dirty topics, dirty subjects, killing people and sex and incest and drugs and all sorts of different stuff like that. So it's really gonna narrow who you can play the game with, which is definitely a con. Also on the con side, still from the original game, there's not much strategy in this game. The only real strategy in the game is trying to make the two cards evenly balanced. If you're the judge, you pick the ones that are evenly balanced. If you're not the judge, you're trying to hand over one card that's, evenly balanced, and hopefully they pick it. And then if you're the judge, you also can tell people that, oh, this is this and this is that, and you're trying to make it evenly balanced. But that's the entire strategy of the game, and also the double down card. So those are the cons with that. The score pad is still annoying to me. I wish there was a better way to keep track of the score, but I still do appreciate the fact that there is a score pad. Also, the other con that I had was if you're playing at the higher player counts, and once again, I've only played this at 8 players at the most, but you could go up to 16 players, and I think it accommodates the game really well at 16 based on how the game works. It could overwhelm people because they would get handed 15 poison cards at one time, which would be a little bit daunting for some people, especially if you're a slow reader or you take it in a little bit slower because you're trying not only to read these cards, but also trying to gauge, their level of badness. And that's another comment I have with this game. As an expansion, well, I do like it as an expansion, and if I'm playing with adults, I'm always going to mix them in, just to, adults that want to, talk dirty and whatnot. But I feel like a lot of the stuff in the base game are lifetime bad things, whereas the stuff in this, a lot of them are more like, all right, I gotta swallow my pride, and it's gonna be 2 to 10 minutes of just absolute terribleness. And those are a lot easier to decide because it's all right, would I rather be embarrassed out of my, work and get fired for 10 minutes, or would I rather have this life ailment for the rest of my life? And most of the time you're going to pick the thing that's the short-term bad stuff as opposed to the long-term bad stuff. It just feels like balancing-wise, which I know is something that's odd that I'm criticizing a party game for their balance. I felt like the original version of the game has worse stuff because it's more lifelong stuff as opposed to this one, which has, it's really, really bad stuff. Don't get me wrong, but it's more short-term bad stuff. It's oh yeah, you're going to be in the hospital for a month. But then after that, you'll be just fine. The one where it's well, I'm not going to go into specific details. But yeah, moving on to the pros, though. I still think this is a good party game. But the not suitable for work market is very crowded. And there's a lot more competition in that aspect. And I feel like they really kind of jam themselves a little bit with this game. So as a standalone game, it's a lot harder for me to recommend. There's better adult party games out there that I would recommend. But it's still at the base version, I still think it's a great game that I could recommend. So what I mean by that is, let's talk about what's not suitable for work. There's sex, there's drugs, there's crime. That's really about it. Which means when you're designing a not suitable for work game, it's a lot more difficult to come up with a huge plethora of cards because you're still just going back to the well of having sex with your mom, or watching your mom have sex with your dad, or watching your mom have sex with a stranger, or your wife cheating on you, or you cheating on your wife and getting caught by your wife. But it's just a bunch of different spins on the same topic for the most part, which makes it feel a little bit more samey. Now, that being said, you're not going to be cycling through the cards that fast, so it's not a huge deal, but it is something I did want to mention. But we're on to the pros, and I think this is a good adult party game. I think it is a better expansion than it is a standalone game. And I will be keeping it. I'll be keeping it as an expansion to play with the base game. It's just a huge variety of cards, and I do like mixing the tame stuff with the not-so-tame stuff, and I think that's a lot of fun. And as an expansion, I think this is definitely a success if you have the right people to play it with. As just a standalone game, I think it's good, but I think there's better not suitable for work games out there. I do like how it's color-coded. Most games, do that, but I could definitely see, I've seen a couple games that just forgot to really mark the expansion cards, and that just annoys the living heck out of me. Few and far between, but still, wanted to mention that. It has the green vial instead of the purple vial, which is nice. Still a huge variety of cards. No real component issues aside from the score pad, but once again, glad it's there. And in the end, the not suitable for work, Pick Your Poison, I think is a good adult party game if you have the right crowd. I still like how the scoring works. I still like how it can accommodate up to 16 players, and I think it would accommodate that amount of players very, very well. And if you have the right crowd, this is one you might want to check out. Easy to learn, easy to teach, like the scoring. It's not just tacked on. It actually feels like it belongs there. So there you go. Pick Your Poison. Not suitable for work edition. If you enjoyed this review, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below in the comments below. Let me know. Do you ramble? For me personally, yeah. But only when I do reviews, really. I will say I only do only when I'm reviewing do I ramble, because I don't have a script. I don't have something over here that's like, make sure you talk about this point and that point and this point. So it's like I want to keep talking because I hate silence, and I hate silence in reviews. Like if I'm watching a video or if I'm listening to a podcast, silence is deadly. So I try to nix the silence, but sometimes when you're trying to get so many points from here to there, and you're trying to keep them in a nice jumbled order, it can get difficult. So I do ramble sometimes in the videos, but in real life, no, I don't really ramble that much at all. But I don't talk nearly as much in real life as I do in the videos. Well, let me know in the comments below. Do you ramble? And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.